that being said, some of you guys are right. We have two man-made areas, two concrete bottoms. I'm saying in a bit. But the majority is a mud rock bottom. Now the Riverwalk, guys, is full of a marine life, wildlife, and a bunch of vegetation. As far as the vegetation goes, right above our heads is one of our orange trees. Was to have a fig tree. We have a banana tree, strawberry plant, an avocado, and a papaya plant. And once we pass this bridge, right above our heads, here's one of our lemon trees. Here's the lemon tree. As far as our marine life goes, there's catfish in here, there's carp, there's trout, we have bass, sunfish, crawfish, turtles, snakes, and ducks. And once we pass this bridge, my right hand side, we have an 8-foot statue of St. Anthony San Antonio, the patron saint to our city's named after. This statue as well was a gift for the World's Fair that was hosted here in 1968. It was a gift from the Portuguese. Since St. Anthony is the patron saint of the Portuguese, and we named our river and city after him, they kind of maybe felt something in common. It's a very nice gift. St. Anthony is the patron saint of lost causes, lost artifacts, lost things. He was known for his preaching and very good.
That doesn't sound like a good idea to me.
And let me know.
I'll let you know how they go. I'm gonna put my hand in it.
My right hand side, if you look high in the sky, past all these trees, you find the steeple of St. Joseph's Catholic Church. St. Joseph's, to my right hand side, was constructed in 1868. But it was finalized in 1871, and it was built just for the large German community. They wanted a place to practice their own religion in their own language. So they took it upon themselves to put this church to my right with their own hands. And still to this day, every fourth Sunday of the month, they have an all-male German choir inside of St. Joseph's. Back in the 1800s, the most dominant language here in San Antonio was not Spanish, but was German. Isn't that pretty crazy? Now, right behind myself, right behind me, the whole area is concrete, all man-made. It was added here for the World's Fair in 1968. In front of us, past the footbridge, we're going to re-enter into the natural flow, the mud bottom of our river walk. The natural source of our river comes from a huge underground limestone lake called the Edward Arm. This river springs back. It's so shallow, 3 to 4 feet deep. It is because the natural source of this river is located only 4 miles up north, on the grounds of the University of the Incarnate Word. So this is the beginning of the river, and it does flow into the ocean. Once we go past this bridge, my right hand side is the Hilton, Palace of the River. The Hilton was entered into the Guinness Book of World Records for the fastest modular concrete buildings built back at its time. Now this process only took 202 working days for 500 rooms. The way they got this done is pretty amazing. They had a concrete foundation that was built right here on the river walk, but only up to the 4th floor with an elevator shaft in structure, like an upside down T. Each bedroom above the 4th floor, they were all individually built, all sides, like the silver line. Everything from the carpets, picture frames, televisions, even the bars of soap. There's going to say concrete box. They placed each box on a flat bed trailer. They hauled each room to the downtown area hotel here, guys, opened up only 3 days before the fair. So I thought it was amazing. Something to back up preparation, but nonetheless, it's pretty impressive, right? I'll be to my left-hand side. This is La Vita, the little village. The small village to my left-hand side was once occupied by Spanish colonial soldiers back in the 1700s, making it one of the first and one of the oldest neighborhoods in San Antonio. Now it's a historic art village. You can dine and shop in La Vita. These are restaurants to my left-hand side. They were once homes to the German immigrants in 1850. Now, coming through the center of our small village, here is the Artisan River Theater, an open-air theater. Seating to my left, stage to my right. Now, if you notice on my right-hand side, guys, we have 5 bells. These 5 bells to my right-hand side symbolize the 5 Spanish missions we have here in San Antonio, including the Alamo, since the Alamo was a mission at first. It was once called a Mission San Antonio de Loreto before it was called the Alamo. And the Alamo was the first mission to be nourished with the water from this river. So at one point, this river was a reliable drinking source. At one point. So everything from this open-air theater, sidewalks, cascades, most of all the man-made stuff you see, it was added to this natural river in 1938, and we were finalized as the Riverwalk in 1941. It was all part of a stimulus plan for the Great Depression by the WPA. Most of it really was. The WPA was Roosevelt's idea, Franklin D. Roosevelt, giving jobs to people in need during the Great Depression. My right-hand side, here's an iron sculpture, weighs about 3 tons. It depicts a caballero, which is a Mexican cowboy, herding 3 longhorn across the river. Now the whole process took about 6 years, but it was installed only 8 months ago, so it's fairly new.
Oh wow. 8 months ago.
Right in front of us, we have one of the oldest bridges in San Antonio. Right in front of us is an iron street bridge. It was built back in 1890. It's from Berlin, Connecticut. And there are only 10 of these bridges left in the world, and 5 of them are here in the Riverwalk. We have half of them. But seriously, it is from Berlin, Connecticut. My right-hand side, we have Marriage Island. It's a natural heart-shaped island, averaging 300 weddings per year. That's almost a wedding per day. Now, if you notice, to my right-hand side, on the bottom of the island, see the roots? Oh, the roots are from a cypress tree on top. It's supposed to bring good luck to newlyweds if you do get married on a snatch of hearts. The earliest marriage known is during the Mexican Revolution. So that was around 1910, on top of Marriage Island. So guys, somewhere around this area is where Father Damien Massenet had his first mass to bless this river. It was June 13th, 1691. Over to my left-hand side, you'll find the Tower Life building. It's a life insurance company. Tower Life Insurance. Our tower stands 404 feet tall. They claim to be the only octagonal high-rise in the United States that offers neo-Gothic architecture. Way on top of the tower, along the edges, see the gargoyles. They work as operating water spouts. Now on the exact same building, but only on the first level, right above these thin trees, see these awful faces to my left-hand side on the first level? So these scary faces are called grotesque. They were placed there to ward off evil spirits and bad luck. Well, they do not work. This building opened up June 1st, 1929, just in time for the stock market to crash, the Great Depression. It was once called the Smith-Young Tower. The original owners, Smith and Young, they were both forced to sell the whole property for their tax value, only a couple of months after they opened up. Talk about bad luck, right? Hey, right in front of us, you'll find Big Red, made up of red sandstone. Right in front of us, guys, that is the Bexar County Courthouse. That is the oldest continuously operating courthouses in the state of Texas, 1896, and it has not been closed one day since that day, even through renovation. Right in front of us with the green traffic light, that's 1 out of 5 gates of the Riverwalk. Guys, the one in front of us, that's number 4, where it's like a drawbridge. The bottom of the gate is under the water, and it rises past these 2 slots like a huge wall, saving all the hotels behind us, saving the restaurants, the Riverwalk from flooding, while on the unnecessary water, it's going to bypass the Riverwalk to my left-hand side. The natural flow of our river does flow southeast to my left-hand side for 138 miles to the Guadalupe River to Victoria, Texas, for another 10 miles to Mexico, 148 miles behind myself to an actual ocean. So guys, we hardly ever have to use the gates to my right-hand side, but the one that we do use the most is our 5th one, which is right behind myself. It's a 15-foot dam, and it drains the whole entire Riverwalk. If we're expecting a huge amount of rain, we'll drain some before it ever floods. That's how we try to control the water level of the Riverwalk. In front of us, this is our second man-made extension to the flood bypass channel. Now this area here so happens to be the deepest part of the river. It's 20 feet here. This is area due to the flood of 1921. The flood was so severe it rose 9 feet over this bridge, taking the lives of 56 people. Now once it finally stopped raining, the whole entire city was 12 feet underwater. Wow. That's the city of San Antonio, and the Army Corps of Engineers came up with men to cut the canal out of here, 20 feet, just to redirect the action. So it's like a shortcut. So this is pretty tough to see, but if that's next to my left-hand side of the staircase, you'll find one of the oldest cathedrals in the whole nation. My left-hand side of the staircase, we have San Fernando Cathedral Church. Now this cornerstone, it was set back in 1731, and it was built by the Canary Island settlers. Some of the remains of the defenders of the Battle of the Alamo, some of their ashes were held right inside of the old church. Even James Jim Bowie, he was married here in 1833 to the Spanish governor's daughter. Right in front of us is one of the oldest and tallest trees on the Riverwalk. In front of us is a twin cypress tree, 9 stories tall, and it's dated back to 1835. A twin cypress tree. There was a Texas patriot named Ben Milam. He was shot from this tree in 1835. We're going to enter into our next gate number 3. This also controls the water level of the Riverwalk, where it's like a dam, keeping the flood water out of the natural view. Number 3 in front of us, guys, works like a garage door. It drops straight down. Now it takes about 20 minutes, but it weighs 3 tons. Once we pass this bridge, if it's right above our heads, you find the bottom of our gate. So all 3 tons of our heads, there it is. Very safe, right? Hey, on my right-hand side, next to Bella, the restaurant, there is a tree that is growing out of their wall. My right-hand side, that is a fig tree, and it still bears fruit, still bears figs. The trunk of the tree, guys, is on the opposite side of the wall, and the roots are right under the water. Let's see what it grows. My right-hand side of the staircase, the balcony, here's the Esquire Tavern. So the Esquire, guys, to my right-hand side, was the first legal drinking establishment in San Antonio after the Prohibition was repealed. December 5th, 1933, 12:01 a.m., a minute after. Now, coincidence, I really have no idea. But a minute after, they even had a fully stocked bar and ready to go. How can we do that, huh? Now, the Esquire, they offer the longest winter bar in Texas, 106 square feet. Aztec to my right-hand side is now a live performance theater. They are now managed, operated by the House of Blues and Live Nation. Hey, my right-hand side, here's a cream-colored building. It's the Mocara Hotel Inn and Spa. 1901, my right-hand side. That was once one of the biggest saddle and harness company in the United States. It was once called the L. Frank Saddle Company, outfitting saddles, harness, to the U.S. and Allies in World War I, Teddy Roosevelt, the Rough Riders, even to Pancho Villa. On the left-hand side, here's the Omni La Mansión. In 1853, it was once called St. Mary's School for Boys, an all-boys school. Now, the Omni, they had the original lobby of the all-boys school. It's pretty impressive. And St. Mary's still does exist. Yes, it went to San Antonio without St. Mary's University. So what awesome. Careful, guys. Coming up to my left-hand side, we have one of my favorite point of interest, one of my personal favorites. As soon as we pass this bridge, we have an optical illusion